Hey guys, it's me Jazzy here and I'm back with another video. So in today's video I figured I'd bring you guys along with me to do an apartment reset and kind of like start nesting. I am getting up there in my weeks. I only have a couple weeks left, so it is time to get the apartment in order and get everything situated. So I am ready for this baby and it's just so nice. I like to do these resets like every other week I try to, but recently it's kind of turned into like every 2 weeks kind of type of deal. I'm super fickle with how I clean things and everything like that. It's just something that I preferably do. I figured I would bring you guys along with me, give you a couple little helpful tips, and kind of give you guys an update about where I've been in the last couple weeks with everything going on. It's been kind of chaotic, it's been kind of crazy, so I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get right into it. Alright, so I like to start off by cleaning out my fridge. I like to do this every time before I go grocery shopping. I know it might look a little crazy. I'm vacuuming the fridge, but I think it makes it a little bit easier before I take everything, all the plastic bits out, and then wash that out in the sink. So for a little update, I was away for 1 week on vacation, and then I came back and I was out of town, away from my home, dog sitting and house sitting at another place for a week. And then that same week, on that Friday, I ended up getting a call from my doctor saying they needed me to go out of state and have a emergency procedure. So it really fascinates me as someone going into the medical world. Although I'm going in for veterinary medicine, human medicine still fascinates me because the procedure that I needed to do was very necessary, but I was only like the 200th person or so to do the procedure, so it was fairly new with lots of risks. But the doctor would have definitely outweighed the risk factors as long as everything went well, and it did. So I ended up having that like third week of just recovering, and again I was out of state for that, so it was so last minute having to get everything together and go completely somewhere I've never been before. But it was really interesting to say the least, and everything is good now. I rested for a while, but I've been so excited to come back and have another video for you guys. When I had the procedure, I was like 31 weeks pregnant, and it was definitely very nerve-wracking because, of course, I had to be awake during the whole procedure and they went into my stomach. So I was so worried about the baby, but to help the baby, I had to be awake without general anesthesia and stuff like that. So it was definitely a scary bit of time, and I am very, very lucky to have been surrounded by amazing doctors. I had a couple that were world renowned and also some amazing, super kind nurses, and everyone was just super educational with me and very forthfront about how the procedure is going to go. But with that being said, we have had opted into delivering at that hospital as well, just in case there's any kind of complications. And last week I had my maternity photo shoot and baby shower, so it's been super chaotic, but that's kind of the little update about where I've been. And I really dislike that I bought plastic water bottles because I feel like it's such a waste, but with less than 2 weeks until the baby's here, I definitely needed some grab and goes because we've already had one scare that the baby was coming, and I'm a big water drinker, so I needed water and I was kind of panicking a little bit. So we figured we'd grab that in case we didn't have time to fill up my waters or anything like that. As for cleaning, I love to start in the kitchen. I feel like that's kind of the center of where I begin cleaning, and I like to start top to bottom. So I clean all the cabinets, make sure there's no little fingerprints, because if you are like me and you have a construction working boyfriend, you'll find them if you look. So I'm constantly always looking around and trying to see if there's any little fingerprints anywhere. And I also like to dust and wipe down the shades, of course. I try to do that super daily because dust piles up super quick. Don't mind how frizzy my hair is in this video. I feel like the last couple times I've tried to film, it is always raining, and I literally can't stand that because the lighting looks so bad. And I have professional light boxes, but I really like the lighting of natural light a lot more. I really enjoy cleaning. For me, it is super, super therapeutic, and I did it professionally for a while. It's also really funny because when I was younger, I also used to ask for Christmas to get cleaning supplies and like those little like kid made sets and cleaning sets and stuff like that. But for me, I really enjoy it, and I hope that I can come up with some tips that I also have. I feel like a lot of things that I do, I'm just so used to doing, but there's a couple things that I'll get to later on that I feel like could help some people, because I know for some people, cleaning is such an overwhelming task, and I totally understand that. But if you do things constantly, like at night, you clean up, you do the dishes, you do kind of like a surface level clean, and you don't let anything pile up, it makes it a whole lot easier and way less overwhelming for when you do get to cleaning. This cleaner for my stove is like a holy grail. Of course, I do a surface clean of the stove before I use it, but I also take a razor. If you have a glass top stove and you get those hard water from when you boil water and like steam and stuff like that, it could be super annoying on a glass top stove. So I take a little razor and I always like kind of get that off, and then I wash it, and then I use this, and it always leaves my glass top looking super pristine. Also, it is just as important to make sure that you keep the inside of your oven clean as the outside. I already did mine earlier this week, so I'm not going to do it again just for the sake of the video, but it is super important, fire hazards and all that kind of stuff. And oh my gosh, I did not realize how big I looked until watching these videos back while editing. It's a little embarrassing, but also not at the same time, because of course, like, that's my baby and everything. But it's just like, wow, like one day you don't have a bump, and then the next day you wake up and you are gained 50 pounds and have a huge stomach. So that's fun. But I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy. I have to keep humbling myself and remembering, amongst with how big he's gotten, the kicks are getting a little bit painful, straight in the rib, some rib shots, lung shots, you know, the whole thing. So instead of complaining about it, I've just continued to tell myself I am so happy and so grateful, because I would rather him be hitting me in the ribs the way he does than not at all. So I have been trying to remain super humble amongst all of this, and with the whole stomach thing, I'm so glad that he's in there and he's growing healthy, and it's showing through with my stomach and everything like that. So there's that, but it's really interesting to look at the videos and see. Also, for the trash washing, it is super important. I try to do it after I take the trash out every single time. I feel like some people don't realize. I've had some people ask me, does my house smell? I feel like every time I walk in the door, something smells. And then I'm like, it's definitely the trash, because people forget that when you take out your trash, you definitely always want to wash it out, especially if you have one like me where you also have a cap on it as well. Don't forget to wash the lid. Another thing I feel like is super overlooked is taking all the cushions off your couch and vacuuming them. You don't ever know what could be there, crumbs, change, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. So I try to do that pretty frequently. I say like every couple days, especially when like guests are over and stuff. I love this little vacuum brush attachment. I don't know if I use it correctly, but it's so good for getting in tiny places like the vents. I feel like the vents get so dusty for some reason, and I don't even have my heat or anything on yet, but it's so useful. And I also love to vacuum the ceiling, by the way. That's also another thing that's super overlooked, and getting in every corner of your home or your apartment is super important. Those little dust will make cobwebs and all that kind of stuff, so it's really important that you do that. And I feel like it's super overlooked, but I cannot stand the look of having anything in the corners. Also, don't forget when you mop and sweep to pick up your rugs and everything. I'm also just flipping over my chairs, and before anyone says anything for anything in this video, I've had so much help from my boyfriend and stuff, and there's a couple things because at some points in the video he did dip out and go to the store, but I like things done my way. So if you don't see him helping me a lot, he does off camera, but I also am very specific on how I like things cleaned. And for mopping, I have always been raised on using boiling hot water for the water to mop. I feel like it works so much better. I don't know if that's a common thing with everyone, but if that's not, then I definitely recommend. And also, I love to use just some disinfectant spray on all my furniture afterwards too. And for this, I got a brush to clean like the hard crevices in my bathroom and stuff like that, but I've been seeing on TikTok people have these steam cleaners, and I want one so bad. It is so satisfying. It gets in places that even the brushes can't get in. Here I am changing the shower liner. That's also super important to do. I try to do it at least once a month because all the soap and grime can build up at the bottom. And I also like to wash my shower curtain. It makes everything just feel so much more fresh. And then I like to just twist it up so then I'm able to clean the bathtub and the shower without anything in the way. I also clean all the walls when I'm doing a deep clean in the house. I just take some soap and hot water and wash them, but I do use cleaners, antibacterial, when I'm doing the doorknobs in every room. It's super overlooked, and we are starting to go into the chillier season soon. I don't know why, but recently the temperatures have felt like fall, and I love it. Also, look, here is his little feet. They're so cute. But I'm so excited. If you know me, fall is my favorite time of year. And speaking of, I actually am starting school back up as of the time I'm recording this. I start actually tomorrow, but I'm really excited because this next term I'm hoping to just power through it since I give birth so soon, and they are biology classes are the majority that I'm doing because it's super important, the sciences for my degree. And so I decided to take a couple lab in chemistry and biology together. And when you clean your AC, especially in the summer since it's probably running all the time, do not forget to do that filter. Now, I heard that some people do like laundry detergent to clean the filter. I think that's completely up to your discretion. I don't, because the laundry detergent that I use, I don't believe would be very good for inhaling. So I think if you have more of like a natural or organic one, that would be more for what that is, to really like accentuate the really good smell of when it's blowing through the filter. But again, totally up to your own discretion. While I've been cleaning, I had some sheets and my blankets in the wash. Nothing feels better than having a whole day of deep cleaning and then getting into some fresh sheets. I also like to bring any of my indoor plants outside, let them get some sun while I water all of them, and my seasonals are starting to go, but these begonias, they are bright and blooming. I should have totally got more because they were on sale for like 50 cents, and the lady knew what she was doing when she had her cart full, but I only got one, and they are literally the brightest plants still. In my last video, I totally forgot to show you guys the chickens, so here they are. Oops, sorry guys. Here was the nursery after the baby shower, and this was after organizing a lot of the stuff. I am so thankful for absolutely everyone who came and everyone who got me something. And I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek in the nursery. It is not done yet, but I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek, but that is it for now. For now, we are super stocked up on diapers and wipes. Totally do a raffle at your baby shower if you do have one. It was super helpful. And I did not really understand when everyone would say that de-tagging baby clothes was super tedious. They have tags on tags. So it was definitely a process, and I literally am obsessed with these two little Halloween outfits that I grabbed already. I saw them and I had to. Like I said, fall is my favorite time of year, and he's gonna be so tiny, coming out perfect in time for the holidays, so I just had to get those. And I organized some of the drawers on the diaper stand, and I'm also going to throw in the baby's clothes and do a load, so then I'm able to get everything nice and put away for him. And you just have to see these tiny little monster slippers that I'm about to show you. They are the cutest little things ever, and I cannot wait to put them on him. So yeah guys, thank you so much for coming along with me for this entire apartment reset. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye!